for tuning in today for today's video. I'm hanging out outside with the dog. I thought it might be a good opportunity to make a video. I just thought maybe, okay, maybe not. She's wrapping around my legs. One second. Okay, so today's video, I thought I would talk about some things that have happened to me in terms of paranormal stuff. I've never really gone looking for paranormal stuff. I've never tried to do any investigating. I've never bought any equipment. Things have just kind of happened, and you know, my great-grandmother and grandmother used to say that they could see ghosts. And then there was a really strange incident that happened. Sorry, I want to make sure she was not eating goose poop. There was a really strange incident that happened just before I was born. I've kind of, I guess, been surrounded by dark stuff and paranormal stuff since I was born. So I thought I would kind of tell you guys a short story and then tell you other things that have happened in terms of paranormal stuff. See what you guys think, and just to have a story time video, because I haven't done one of these yet. But yeah, so let me maybe go find a seat, because she's gonna continue to be a boob. Okay, hopefully it's not too windy to be doing this video right now, but my birth father passed away 2 weeks before I was born, and so he seriously could not wait to be, as he called himself, a papa. So he's like, I'm so excited, I get to be a papa, you know, all that. So he, you know, started decorating the nursery. He was super involved. And then he passed away. And my mom, you know, became a single mother. My grandmother helped her with getting the nursery ready and all that kind of stuff. But, yeah, there was one day she got up to get ready to go to work. And in the mirror, behind her in the bathroom, there was like this closet, and so she was putting her makeup on in the mirror, and then behind her she saw these glowing eyes. And so she turned around to see what these glowing eyes were, and a black cat jumped out of the closet at her. No idea where it came from. She didn't hear a cat all night. You know, this was pretty early in the morning. And then the day that she had her first day off of maternity leave, I decided I was going to come that day, and I was going to come early than what my due date was. So basically she rushed me to the hospital, all that kind of stuff. The day they brought me home, my grandmother brought my mom back to the house, and luckily, you know, they had most of the nursery set up, and when they came into the house, on the nursery in the windowsill was a black crow. Now she can't remember if it's a crow or like a raven, but it was definitely one of those two birds, and she thinks it was probably a crow, which we all know what black crows stand for. Okay, not good. So yeah, that freaky thing kind of happened. A second story, sorry, I have gum in my mouth and there's nowhere to put it. The second story was just a short one. Is basically how in my mom's basement where she lives now, I kind of feel unsettled. I always feel like when I'm down there, something's like rushing up on me. Nobody else really feels anything, but I feel something. And one time when I was a teenager, I was on my own and I was in that house. I did see a black shadow figure, and that was kind of creepy. Sorry, I have to keep stopping and starting because there's big gusts of winds. My mother has also woken up in that house in the middle of the night because the smoke alarm went off and she could smell cigarette smoke. Now, she's never seen anything, but I mean, stuff like that has happened to her in that house on different occasions. So, I was like, okay, it's not just me. Stuff is happening to her in this house, even though there's no, she's not seeing any shadow figures or anything. And then the last story I have, there's been others, but these are just shorter ones that I can tell you off the top of my head. Also, I've got one more, and I'm gonna have to go home to show you this one so that you can understand what I'm talking about and you can visualize this as I'm talking about it. Okay, so let's walk Bailey the rest of the way home, and I will see you guys in a second. It is hot, outside. I'm sorry if the fan is super loud, but I'm very hot. Hopefully it doesn't disrupt the sound on this video, but anyway, this is how we moved in here. Everything was fine. I really don't have a problem with dolls. So I went to this antique place and they were having a sale out in the barn, and there was this old doll out there, and I thought she was really cute. And so I said, why is she out in the barn? I thought it was weird. She was not inside this store. It was basically like a little house. It was not a barn. So it's like, why is she out in the barn? She's part of the sale? Because it was just weird. There was one doll just thrown out in the barn. There was no dolls anywhere else inside this house. And of course, ever since I touched her, when I came back home, stuff started happening. There was the instance of knocking inside my closet. There was instances of my door opening and closing itself. It didn't matter if it was latched or not. Because I'd be sleeping at night and I'd hear knocking in my closet, and it would continue to go. And I kind of thought for a while it was the people on the other side of the wall. They were hammering, they were doing something. But then it became this every night thing, and it would be dead quiet in my room till I went to go to bed. And then if I would toss or turn, I'd just be like, hey, knock it off, or okay, I get it, you're here, and it would stop. And then there'd be nights I'd get up to go to the bathroom, I'd close the door, and then it would be it opened it, as if somebody was following me, and hey, you shut the door on me. Also, it did it more than once. Within the one night, I thought, okay, maybe it wasn't latched properly. Maybe I always try to debunk everything because I'm you're just crazy. So I started checking it out. Nope. It was literally unlatching itself and opening the door. So then one night, it was 3 in the morning-ish, somewhere around 3 o'clock. We were sleeping. My roommate was in her room with her dog, and her dog was asleep. They were asleep in their room on their bed. And then me and my dog were asleep in my room. And then sometime around 3, we heard this huge boom. So we both shot up out of bed. And of course, my thing is somebody trying to break in? Is the boom someone trying to knock the door down or something of that nature? And I get up and I run and I start looking around where the hell is this sound coming from? And I asked my roommate, did something fall? Is there anything in her room? She's like, no. And of course my roommate is blind. So I went in her room and I did a lap. There was nothing on the floor. There was nothing anywhere. So then I get to the hallway area, and then I'll have to show you this because you're gonna think I'm crazy or one thing happened or another, but just to give you a perspective of things, let me show you this.
As you can see right here at the front door, there is a 24 pack of Coke stacked up. There was one right next to it. One was closed and the other was open. The closed one ended up way over here by the pantry. Right here. You can see how far away the pantry is from the front door. This 24 pack was laying flat on its back. How it got from there to there, I don't know.
So my very last story is, you see these bar lights here? They're all safely on. With command hooks. Every so many lights. Here's the thing. It was like 3 in the morning or so, and that hook right there was still on the wall. However, the cord, which goes all the way here and goes around this wall with an extension cord, and it plugs in behind my microwave there. But the thing is, you notice anything? Like maybe there's supposed to be a light bulb in here? This cord, when it came crashing down, it was like sometime around 3 in the morning. We didn't have this printer here at this time, but this whole cord came off the wall and the light bulb hit the counter here and smashed all over the place and broke. 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And then when I looked, the command hook was still on the wall. The wire just came out of it. And as you can see, the wire is not too big for the hook. It's been up there ever since. It's never come down again.